Hello and welcome, my beautiful Aries. This is your finance and career forecast for the month of June. It's divided up into weeks, first, second, third, and final fourth week of the month. So I was doing these a while ago last year and things got busy and hectic. And so I've decided to incorporate, I hope I can continue doing these monthly finance and career readings, keeping in mind that they are a general. Not every single card or the energy they carry may resonate with every single Aries on the planet. So keep that in mind. Take what only resonates and let go of the rest. If you want clarity, accuracy, and answers to any personal questions, it requires a private reading with me. All that information is posted below all my videos. So, okay, let's see what we have here. Starting off with your first week, you've got the card, the book. And it says paperwork, contracts, learning as you go. Your career might involve writing, taking a class, going back for more education, and there could be law involved, okay? So what I'm seeing here is you may be taking on something new here where you're going to have to sign some paperwork. Now, if you are involved with, your career has to do with legal issues and you're involved with law, there obviously will be paperwork and contracts that you would be notarizing and having to sign. However, you could be involved in that situation. You could be taking on something new the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month in June, and it could be learning something new to add to your resume, to level you up on that next bracket of income tax and income, going up that rung on that ladder. There could be some writing involved with it, especially if you're taking something you're learning. You could be taking an exam where you have to write something. Maybe you have to go back to school and upgrade what you already have. If you're leaving, like in Canada here, if you leave the province and say you're a hairdresser, you got to write in the next province to be able to work. So it could be something similar to that. I do think that you're going to be learning something new regardless, whether you take a course and you learn something new with this course to add to your job that you have, or you may be taking on an entirely new career, which involves having to learn something. Now, coming in below that, you have the guidance card, and it says divine forces are showing you another piece of your destiny and your purpose in life. So again, I'm seeing the beginning of the week, possibly career change, something new, something whereby you feel it's a calling, it's a pull, it's a tug. Maybe you have had the time to think about what it is you want to do on this next phase, next leg of your life in your career. And maybe you're making a complete change, okay? You're discovering another piece of yourself, another new direction that you could be going in. And maybe some of you are going to work and build an office out of your home instead of going and renting a brick and mortar downtown where it's expensive. Excuse me. Maybe some of you have always wanted to do something different, and now is going to be your opportunity to shift and change and pivot. Know that when you make this choice, even if it's for change or if you're learning something new to add to your business and your career, this was meant to be, okay? This is pure unadulterated destiny. She sits here as an angel or with guidance behind her saying, this is what you need to do, okay? So if you've been thinking about wanting to change your career, wanting to take a new course, wanting to get involved in something like that, then don't be afraid to do it. Often timing is of the essence when we do anything, and anything that's happened that's been epic and worthwhile and successful often has to do with the right time in our lives when it comes in. Now, coming in below that, you've got the Fool, and the Fool is all about you taking a leap of faith. Don't be afraid if you want to take a new course of study. Don't be afraid to go back to school. Don't be afraid to write exams. Don't be afraid to change and shift the direction you're going. Okay, this could be a month of big changes for some of you, and you might be thinking about that in the beginning of the month of June, saying, well, this is what I want to do. Putting the thought and the dream and the seed, even if it's a mustard seed, that tiny in your mind, it's going to sit there and you're going to keep going back to it because guidance is leading you there. Okay. Now you're going to have to do the prep work because we know with the Fool, I always say, don't jump off that cliff till you check your parachutes working, right? This is you thinking about it. You're pivoting there. It's something that you want to do, but you're thinking, should I or shouldn't I? You're not prepared yet, okay? Because you need all of the resources there to make you do this. Now, maybe it's more education. Maybe it's something new on your resume and your website. Maybe you have to write an exam to pass in order to do this. okay, or to be registered or whatever the case is. I do think that you're going to do this. You're going to do the prep work because that's who you are, Aries. You're not going to jump in there nilly-willy without being prepared. So the beginning of the month is very, very pivotal as to where it's going to take you through the rest of the month. Okay, it might be months, it might be throughout the year, but you're setting that little seed in your mind of where it is you want to be. And I think something's going to change and be different for you. Whether it's a location you're going to be working geographically, whether it's different people you're working with, maybe it's changes within the system where you were working, anything like that. Now, coming in with your second week of the month, you've got the frame. Now it says steady income, organizing, accomplishments, and your career could involve, for some of you, art and design, home-oriented, and self-employed. Well, we talked about that already in the beginning, didn't we? So this is about you. You don't want to box yourself in, is what my guides are telling me. You want to reach out and expand your horizons. You feel as though you've been boxed in too long anyway, and you want to get out, and you want a fresh start, and you want to be open to new ideas and exciting things that you know can be lucrative, okay? You're at a stage and a phase in your life where it's important what you do to make this income. And it will be steady income, okay, because you are organizing it. And you're going to see the rewards come in the form of accomplishments that you're doing. You could be redecorating or doing something to enhance the environment that you're going to be working out of, okay? You could also be working out of your home, right? So I do see some of you actually being self-employed. This is another thing that you're thinking about doing, being self-employed. Now, it will be a journey. You may move to a new place for work or travel, and you're exploring, and exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. So you could be expanding your horizons and wanting to go and do the field work, boots on the ground, and say, well, this is the town I'd like to move to, or this is the area of the country I want to go to. Let's look and see what's available. Okay, whether you decide to work out of your house or you decide to find space to buy, purchase, or rent, to relocate. Maybe some of you are going to be working virtually. Maybe you're going to be touching base with people virtually, doing Zoom meetings where you're face to face, where, you could be involved with people in different areas of the world. You could be offering your business to globally. Whatever your expertise is. This is going to be a new journey. And I'm seeing you get out of that box and wanting to hit the ground running, okay? Because here you have this. So the Eight of Wands is exactly that. The slow pace, the dull and monotonous energy that you've been boxed into with your job or in your personal life is now going to open up. It's going to burst in like a burst of fireworks, because you're going to be having to put your boots on, and not only put them on, but tie those laces tight, because Aries, get ready. I've always said Aries are workaholics, but you thrive on that. And sitting around is just horrible. So you've got this energizing vibration around you now that you feel free, and you're going to want to expand your horizons. So you can be very busy, but you may take on a lot of different things. You may be wearing a lot of different hats. You could be consulting, and you could be teaching, and you could be selling, and you could be, whatever. But I see you very, very busy. And this is also, it's telling me that you could be flying off somewhere with your job as well. But you could also be getting your spouse, your partner, the love of your life involved in this. I see you getting them part of this, because this is the Wands of Cupid. And when it comes to work, you could be actually bringing your spouse, your partner in life into this. Okay? Wow. Coming in with your third week, my beautiful Aries, you've got the skull. Now, the skull says you could go through a rough patch. You might even have to borrow money for something. You might be low on cash right now. Your career could be working with hospice, healer, no work, maybe, or reinvention. Okay, so let's jump into this. The rough patch could be, this is a new beginning for you. Maybe some of you are going to walk away from what you did do, and you're trying to create something new. And we all know that Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It takes time. One step in front of the other, one brick on top of the other. So, and building up. building up that clientele, building up that reputation, building up that attention towards your business. Now, you could also be borrowing money to open a business. Maybe you need new equipment. Maybe you need space. Maybe you need to get your business cards out there or advertise or website built or whatever the case is. You could be borrowing cash for that. You could find at this time you could be a little bit low on cash, and so you may need to borrow it for that. Now, some of you may be wanting to get involved and to give back to community. You may be asked, or you may feel pulled to do community service. And that's a good thing for you, okay? Because you're getting yourself out there and you're wanting to help people out of the goodness of your heart. You could be wanting to look into more holistic healing. You could be incorporating that into your business, or you could be seeing someone for that yourself. There may be a time where you're going to want to take time off. Maybe the third week, you may say, I'm going to take this week off or a couple of days off, okay? But you're definitely going through a transformation here where I see you wanting to reinvent yourself and do something new. You've got the movement card, and it says you'll make good progress now, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible. So you're planning that. I mean, a lot of you are wanting to do something different, whether it's leave the job you have and go to a better one or open your own business, but you're definitely going to see movement flow forward. And I think because when you get your, you get your mindset on something, Aries, you're determined. There's nothing going to stop you, but you're very good and accurate. You're very good and articulate and creative because you want to be accurate. Accuracy seems to be something that you're going to become even more obsessed with. You want, not that you're a people pleaser, but you're going to want to not make mistakes because you feel that your reputation precedes you and you need to be accurate. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't let it eat away at you. Seven of Wands. Okay, so we know the Seven of Wands is all about defending your property, standing up for what you've built, right? Not backing down, okay? So it's, you fought a hard battle in the past and to get where you are now, but that doesn't mean the battle's over because you are still trying to reinvent yourself. You're still trying to perfect yourself. You're still trying to get yourself out there where you're getting, notice, and it's a positive notice that's being generated towards you, okay? People noticing you. So, this is a card that says, some people will always be jealous of your success and try to bring you down, okay? There's always those people out there, whoever they are, okay? And a lot of you will know who that is because you're happy. You're doing what you want. You're succeeding. And, and you're going to be a winner. And I really believe that there are always these people, but you're not gonna get involved in this pettiness. You're gonna rise above it and continue straight on your path. You deserve to be where you are, Aries. So stand your ground and fight for what's yours. Okay? Don't give it away. Don't give up. Okay, your final week. Look what you get. What a way to close out the month. Clover, lucky break, gamble, good fortune, chance, and your career could involve finance, outdoors, risky business, and surprises. Okay, well, we know the four-leaf clover is definitely the card of good luck, right? So you're going to get a lucky break. Maybe somebody is going to step up and say, hey, I can market you, I can help you, or connect you with the right connections and people, okay? It might be something new that you feel is a little bit of a gamble, but and taking a chance, but you know what? As long as you do your research, because they say risky business, it could be something where you can make money fast, or it could be something where, how can I put it? You could be selling something that is really worth a lot of money. So once it's done, it's done. You have to go on to the next client. Okay, so that is a theoretical example my guides are telling me. It might involve showing your product outdoors. Okay, maybe whatever you're selling is so big it's got to be outside, or maybe you could be working outdoors. Maybe some of you are getting into some sort of a gardening business, or maybe you're into building. Maybe you're going to be a contractor. Anything. It's all different kinds of businesses that people get involved in. But I think you're going to be surprised how good this is going to be. There's going to be good surprises coming in. Okay, and it's going to bring you good fortune. And I think that's part of what's going to make you surprised, because how good it's going to work out and quickly. Now, connections. You heard me talk about connections. Look at the card below. Build bridges between people. Contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. So I said that. Somebody could be generating traffic to you, setting you up in the right circles of people in that type of business that you want to get you going. Okay, so this is taking action and going towards what you want here. And I think you're going to be doing some really good networking, marketing, and connecting with the right people to build this business fast. Wow. Coming in below that, you're planting your seed. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. She's like Mother Earth. Again, we talked about maybe something outdoors. But anyway, excuse me. She is planting her seeds and knowing that, building her business gradually and knowing that it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. And so anything worth waiting for is worth working for. Okay. She's patient. She also, there could be a business that involves animals. You could be dealing with animals. And also there is a business where you could be dealing with the environment. So whatever you're doing might have a connection to the environment, whether it's a direct connection or a passive connection to the environment, whatever you're doing as well. So remember, this reading is for the collective, for the masses. So some of you, this might make sense. And some of you are saying, well, no, the first week makes more sense to me and the second and the third week to someone else. So that's where this general word comes in. Well, my beautiful, beautiful Aries, it looks like a super beautiful new month of June. Whether you're just planting those mustard seeds in your mind for the future throughout this year, but it looks productive and successful. Well, I wish you a very beautiful day today as you're reading this, and I wish you a healthy, happy, prosperous, and successful month of June, Aries. And always know I stand in this circle of love and light for you. And I will see you soon, my beautiful, beautiful Aries. All right, so here we go.